Good morning, my name is Steven, and today is day 4 aboard Allure of the Seas. We have docked here in Roatan, Honduras. I have come to the realization that this port is a lot smaller than what we had initially thought. We have never been to Honduras before, so this is a brand new port for me. It's a very windy day today, so I decided to not even do my hair and just let my hair go with the breeze, which is exactly how we're gonna run today. Not sure what we're gonna do, other than the fact that we're gonna get down there. We're just gonna wing it. Let's go. Goodbye, Allure. We'll see you real soon. Once you made it past all the shops, you can find yourself to the taxis and where everyone's going to try to sell you stuff. This is where Dad and I are going to see if we want to do anything. So we found another couple that was just trying to do a tour. They were going to charge $25 a person, but then we were like, we'll join along. So we ended up getting $20 a person.
That's the corner. Okay, good.
So we've been doing the private taxi tour. It has been not too bad. We've learned quite a little bit about the island. I haven't really shared much. I'll share it all at the end because there's too much and I kind of don't remember it at the moment. I got to think about it for a second. Made it over to the golf course, which actually our tour guide had to actually convince them to get us in. He was talking with the gatekeepers for quite a bit. Thankfully they let us in. So we have like 5-10 minutes. They don't normally let people in, but this is a beautiful view. That's why he made sure that we tried to get in here, so thankful for that. But crazy enough, when we came in, it's the Bitcoin Center. Amazing that here on Roatan they have Bitcoin. It's just such a weird thing, but look at the view. It's pretty spectacular. So far the tour's been pretty good. We're going around east side, west side. We'll talk a little bit about later on what kind of is here offered on the island. Obviously we're doing a private tour, so you know, we're just going around seeing everything. We're not actually doing anything, but there are other options to go do things. And we'll talk about that later when I have cell service and I could do some research and know what I'm talking about. So what this view has allowed us to learn and kind of get a good view of from a distance is the Great Barrier Reef. Not the actual one in Sydney, but this is apparently the second to Sydney's Barrier Reef. So kind of cool. Lots of coral, lots of sea life down there. Roatan's number 2 industry next to tourism is going to be seafood. So they actually do a lot of catching of shrimps, lobsters, all that kind of stuff. So if you love seafood, I guess this is probably a place for you. Unfortunately, this really isn't my thing. I've never really been into seafood, but if Jalen was here, I'm sure she'd be having a day right now. But just the beauty. That's what I'm here for. So the tour guide went and got from his house, took us to his house and gave us a coconut so we could try coconut water.
It's a little bit more sweeter. This is a little slightly over.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Does it taste like coconut?
Yeah, I mean, it's not like it's not here. Give me this. Hey, give me this. Good.
I actually have to start drinking coconut water.
Coconut water. So you got them on your tree over there?
Yeah, I got them.
Oh wow. Okay. What do you say, Steven? Give a narration.
I don't know. It's so weird that, yeah, it's just so awesome that the driver actually brought us to his house and got us coconut water from his trees. How many tours have you done that's ever happened? I've done a lot. This is the only time it's ever happened. I didn't think I would like it, but it's pretty good.
If it was cold, it would be even better.
I know, if it was cold, it would be better. It's so good.
It was good.
Full of electrolytes.
This guy, with 5 of them, I don't want it. One guy saying, come on.
We made it to yet another stop, and this is the oldest resort on the island, and this is where a lot of the scuba diving boats launch out of. So if you're here in Roatan, I think the suggestion is probably you want to go diving, and if that's the case, you're probably going to want to come here. And it's called this right here, because I don't remember the name right now off the top of my head, but there's a lot of boats. There's a lot of people. I noticed a lot of other cruise passengers as well, and Carnival is also in port with us, because Carnival has their own port, and then Royal Caribbean, Norwegian, and all the other ships go from the other port. There's two docks. One's for Carnival, one's for everybody else. We're at the everybody else dock. So there can be 4 ships here in one day, which seems like a good crowded, but actually it's been pretty chill and relaxed, even though there's 3 ships today. But I definitely noticed a lot of cruise guests here, so diving might be the thing to do when you're here. And here's a boat coming in right now. That's crazy. See? They're doing it. Maybe you should too.
Down here on the beach in the hotel.
We made it back to the ship. It's really windy, so we'll talk when we get back on board, because I'm gonna get blown away. We have made it back on board Allure of the Seas. Now, when we got back, we went straight up to the buffet and ate in Windjammer. My suggestion is, if you want to eat at the buffet, do it on a port day. It's so much lighter and easier to get in and out of. On sea days, it's very cramped and crowded. I think you saw that in yesterday's video. I might have complained about it. But anyways, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to talk about Honduras. Roatan specifically. When we showed up to the port, immediately it was kind of overwhelming, because if you're trying to walk out of the port, you have to go through all the tour vendors in which they're going to berate you and try to sell you like no tomorrow on going on a tour. Now, we did end up doing that, but it took us a couple passes, and we kind of wanted to let things chill out, you know, let everyone kind of go out, and then we'll see what's kind of left available. Obviously, when you're the first ones, you get the pick of the litter, but we decided that it might be a little bit better if we hung back and let them kind of calm down and get that energy out, because it is way too overwhelming. If you don't like those crowds, book something ahead of time, in fact, or don't get off at all. Like, it's much. It's really a lot. So we actually ended up joining a couple on their tour, because they could not just take 2 people. They needed 2 more, so we were the 2 more. Initially, they wanted to charge us $25 a person. We were able to get it down to be $20 a person, so that ended up being $40 for my dad and I, plus any tips that we decided to give to the driver, which he certainly did a great job. That was good, but what I did hear is that they were possibly going to charge $100 for 2 people, so $50 a person, in which, if that was the case, then I think that's a little too expensive. It was only like a 2-hour ride around the island. Just be careful. Know that $20 is what we got, and try to negotiate down. You have to barter. You have to ask, you gotta kind of be a little more confident in what you're looking for and asking, and you should be able to get 20, and maybe even better. We could have maybe even pushed it more. I don't really know. It's not really my thing. My dad is really just good at bartering, so he got us all 4 of us the $20 a person, which was, I think, definitely worth it. So ultimately, was the tour worth it? I think so. It gave me a good idea of whether or not I want to come back, or it gave me a good idea of what I want to do next time when I'm here. And I think that if you are into diving, this is probably the place, because the reef that we saw from a distance, we didn't get up close, we didn't go to the beach, looked beautiful. So I think snorkeling, diving, all gonna be great options, and there are a ton, and I mean a ton of options to go diving all around the island. I think the next thing, if you are not too much a water person, I would suggest probably go checking out animals. They do have a lot of iguanas, and I think they have like a sloth and monkey place to go to that we passed by. Heard that's really popular. Maybe we'll do that next time. I think we'll go check that out and see what it's all about. If you want to do the tour yourself, I do suggest it. We did get the card of the driver. Here is all the information right below. Feel free to reach out to him. Don't deal with any of that nonsense. He did really good. He even took us to go to his house, and he gave us coconuts off his tree. And we were able to try coconut water. Never have I ever tried coconut water, because I don't like coconut. But like coconut water, when it's fresh, that's pretty good, actually. I liked it a lot. So when you're in Rome, do as the Romans do, as they say. Check him out. He's definitely one of my suggestions in Roatan. Or do diving, or go visit the animals. But definitely don't put yourself through the chaos of having to go pick and find a tour, because that is a mess. Plan ahead of time. Welcome back for Caribbean night. Look at Dad, not wearing any Caribbean attire, but he's gonna eat Caribbean food. Whoa, the servers are wearing Caribbean shirts. I like Caribbean night. I don't think I've ever experienced that before. Caribbean night menu. I really think it's a pretty good menu, especially the dessert for those of you that are vegan. Heck yes. Just got out of the main dining room for dinner, and it was a good one. Caribbean night, I think, is a really awesome theme. It's like more of a theme night than it is actually just like a themed dinner, because each night in the main dining room they have themes, but Caribbean, all the crew dressed up. It's really cool. Jump up a little bit. But now we have to take stairs because we're walking off all the food. Now let's circle back to dinner really quickly. I do want to say that the Caribbean chicken was actually really good. Like, not my favorite thing in the world, but it was good. Like, the flavor, fantastic, cooked perfectly. And they give you the whole chicken. Like, it's just like a whole chicken, boom, on your plate with a little bit of rice. It's crazy how much chicken they give you. I was full. I wanted 2 desserts, but that just kind of ruined it for me. Couldn't do 2 desserts. Like I said, vegan brownie, my favorite. And it is what it is. But now that it's the evening time, we're on our way to Costa Maya tomorrow. There is a chance that we might not make it. I don't know if you can tell, but the waves are quite rough today. We are feeling it. Since we've left Roatan, it is just probably the roughest we felt the entire time. I feel like when you're on Oasis class ships, it handles the waves a lot better than it does other ships in the fleet, or just in general, because it's such a big ship. Though today we are feeling it, so I hope that no one gets too sick today and everyone feels just okay, because we are doing a lot better than we would on other ships. So I'm hoping for that, and then also I'm hoping tomorrow that we do not face high winds like we have our entire sailing, and that we are able to actually make it into port for Costa Maya, because we actually have something really excited planned tomorrow, and that's going to be our Segway tours. So you'll know when the video comes out how that went, and if we made it or not. You'll tell on the thumbnail real quickly. I hope we make it, because I'm really excited for Costa Maya, and I'm really excited for Segways. If you know anything about me and my dad, we love the Segway tours. They're our favorite, even though we've only done one. We're hoping to make it 2. We're hoping. Anyways, it's time to enjoy the rough seas and feel like we're actually on a cruise ship and not just on a floating island. And also, time to go see the ice skating show. Ice skating and Royal Caribbean, it just makes sense.
Tippy tippy tay, tippy tippy tay, tippy tippy tay, tippy tippy tay, like a good tarantella. Has landed you in jail. Better luck next time. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear for World Caribbean Ice Skaters in Ice Games.
And that was Ice Games, a skate show here in Studio B aboard Allure of the Seas. It is dedicated towards Monopoly, which is kind of a cool concept, I think. I've never really seen that. All the skate shows kind of have their like little thing. Monopoly's a pretty good one. If you like Michael Jackson's, they do play quite a bit of his music in here, so I enjoyed it quite a bit, actually. Crew is always talented as, you know, just skating at sea. It's pretty impressive. And also, it's rough. Like, I was feeling it the entire time. Like I mentioned earlier, we really are feeling the waves, so this amazing talent You have to see them, and especially since they perform through rough seas. Anyways, I did actually end up doing standby queue, which is kind of a different thing for me. Usually you want to book ahead of time and get a reservation. I did not have that, so I did standby. Showed up 10 minutes before, or I showed up 15 minutes before, and they let me in 10 minutes before, and it was not that bad of a line. Honestly, it was a really easy one to get into. Aqua Theater was much more difficult, but I don't know why, because the skaters are still just as talented as the Aqua Theater performers. Recommend this show 10 times out of 10. And just as Studio B let out, Amber Theater is starting their headliner tonight, so I'm gonna go check that out. It's a magician, and I guess his name is Hector's Magic. We'll see if he's any good.
But to make this card unique, Kathy, we're gonna sign it with your initials, so it will be. So far, we can only know it's her card if we see this side of the card. I am the only magician in this show, I guess, able to find cards with the mouth. So, Kathy, how long, how many seconds would you like me to use to find your card with my mouth? What? 6 seconds? You do it. I'll try. Your card. Look. Washy.
Oh man, Hector was so talented, beautiful magic show, must say, that if you ever see Hector on board, make sure to go to him. He's one of the signature performers with Royal Caribbean, which we've been getting pretty lucky in seeing some of these amazing talents come aboard. I'm starting to just sound like a broken record, but if you see this performer, you should go see it. It's just, Royal Caribbean's making me look bad, because like, you're supposed to give my honest opinion, and so far my honest opinion for a lot of these shows have been very positive. So it just looks like I'm just saying positive things about everybody, but I promise you, the one day that I get a bad performer, I will let you know. But so far, Royal Caribbean, spotless with their talent, and that's coming from 3 different ships: Navigator of the Seas, Freedom of the Seas, and now Allure. They just hire amazing talent. I don't know what to say. Yeah, so I haven't really been recording in a lot of the busy places because there are just way too many people, so that's why I always try to go back to the room, go back to a place where there's really nobody here. It's just really overwhelming, and it's hard to navigate, and everyone's just so loud. And I mean, not that people are being loud and obnoxious, it's just loud when there's a lot of people, which is one of the things, is when it's crowded on board this ship, it becomes really crowded. But there's so much space to spread out that it does spread out very easily and very quick. There's sometimes like dinner, shows, it's too much indeed. So that's why Boardwalk pretty much empty in the evenings. So Boardwalk very empty, especially since the Aqua Show played for the first 3 nights. For the rest of the sailing, there will be no more Aqua Show, which is unfortunate, but honestly really lucky because the seas are very rough tonight. I feel it a lot. That's why I'm pausing a lot, because I feel like I'm gonna fall off the chair. Maybe on camera it just looks like I'm being silly. I promise you, it's a little rough, and we're swinging like this and like this. Probably to that extent, actually. But, oh yeah, lucky that the Aqua Show got through already, because tomorrow or tonight, if it was playing, it would be canceled because the seas are just way too rough. We are lucky that we got the 3 shows. I don't know if it's planned or if they know that when they go north that it's going to be rough, but no more Aqua Theater shows for the rest of sailing, and it's probably because the weather's going to be rough. Whoa, look at that, I'm up top. It's like magic. I was just down there, and now I'm up here. Teleportation. Overall, today back on board was a fantastic day. Dinner was great. Love Caribbean Night. That is one of my favorite themes of all time. The shows were phenomenal. I cannot praise them enough. I feel like I praised them too much maybe, so I should stop talking about that. Overall, beautiful day. Tomorrow is Costa Maya, which I am looking forward to. I pray and we pray that we get into port tomorrow. Hopefully the weather is perfect and we don't have any problems getting in. If not, it'll be another missed port day and we'll be really sad. So, just trying to distract me. I don't know what he's doing. He's just doing hand motions. Check out tomorrow's video as soon as it comes out. Thank you so much for watching today's video. As always, this is not a goodbye, but just a see you real soon.